Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be in the world. I would like to thank you for stopping by Healing Inner Child Wound Conversations with Z. I'm Rita, or Zuri BB as my friends know me. I haven't been here in a while. Um, it's been a lot going on. I didn't even check to see the last time I was on here. But a lot of changes have happened, and I've made a lot of changes in the 3D world. And that's why I was away, taking care of myself and things. Now, I came on today after doing my own work, and I actually pulled out a deck I have not pulled out in a long time. I used to pull that deck out on the channel. I'm not even going to mention the deck. I used to pull it out and do readings with it for the collective, and I was told to take it off. And when I was doing my inner work today, my own stuff, I was guided to pull that deck out, and I hadn't used that deck. I feel a burp coming. Excuse me. Um, that happened for a reason. I was guided to go get that deck, and at first I was like, "Well, I don't even know where that deck is because I put it somewhere." But then I said, "Well, maybe it's blah blah blah," and it was there. So I pulled it out, shuffled it a little bit, to activate the energy, which I didn't have to do. Sometimes with the decks I haven't touched in a while, I have to shuffle it to re-energize, to reconnect. But the cards were trying to pop out like that, and I was like, wait, 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 I ain't ready yet. It had a message for me, and it explained a lot. I'm not going to go into full detail, but there is a Queen of Swords in reverse. Somebody's mad. They're angry because you're doing things. I've made some changes, and I'll figure it out. It'll come to me, whoever it is. I really don't right now. I'm not focusing on them. But if you're in my collective, this is something you need to know. There is a Queen of Swords in reverse that's upset that you're doing some changes. You're making changes. And it has something to do with your um, sexuality. That's as far as I'll go with that. Um, so I put all those cards away, and I pulled out these cards. Not that one, not these, only from here on. And it was funny because I have the Muse deck, and these three cards popped up. These three cards were in this deck, and it's this deck. So God is prepping you. I pulled them out because they shouldn't have been in here. God is prepping you for something. And it's funny because it's food here, preparing you to be able to eat something. Now, I don't know if it's, oh, yeah, that's for a reason. It could be that somebody could be getting ready to taint your food, because it looks like the kind of food that people could taint with. And we're not, I don't have that other deck out here. I, I don't have that deck out here to tell you that. But that's somebody's wearing a mask. There's somebody. You're being prepared to know that there is an individual in your vicinity that's wearing a mask. And you're being told not to make any fast moves. Don't make any sudden moves. You need to be in the energy of, okay, this kind of move. Like you're just like, all right, whatever. Because And you need to be in that energy so that whoever this is can reveal themselves to you. And it's funny because I never noticed this. It could be an androgynous person. One half of this head has hair and one half doesn't. So it could be a masculine or a feminine, or it could be one or the other faking. They're faking their energy. You're being told protection, protect yourself and don't make any sudden moves. So I wasn't sure what deck I was gonna pull out at first, but I'm gonna use Kipperish. I'm gonna use Kipperish first, just to kind of see what the energy is. I've already shuffled the cards. I've cleansed the cards. Oh, the other thing, it's mature men on the bottom. The other thing, I have this new candle, and it's called Storm. Now, after I did everything that I was doing for myself, I said, well, and I had to come and, cleanse the space. I said, well, let me pull this, open this, because here's the bottom of it right here. I said, let's pull this out and let me light it. And it took a minute to light. It didn't want to light. Or I would light it, and then once one of these wooden sticks would go out, and then the other one would light, and then the other one. It was just a bit, it was doing a dance. And when I looked out, it's raining now, but it was snowing earlier. It was just weird. It was a lot going on. I think both of them are lit now. Yeah, they're both lit, but they don't look like they're lit. Because I wasn't sure. This is a new candle for me. I don't even know why I bought the candle. But I bought it a few days ago. It's called Storm. So maybe this is what you're being prepared for. Now, I'm part of this collective, so the message that comes out now will be for all of us. And I keep yawning. I'm not sleepy. I slept in today. I put Casper away too because she was cutting up. Okay. Let's see. Okay. The Jezebel spirit is around. Child. Could be a child. Relationship. Ice King. Change. Transition. Ooh. Okay. Healer. Commitment. That's interesting that it fell under what it fell. They're under on the bottom here is work, labor, and efforts. I'm gonna put 3 more, 2 more now, 1 more rather. Rising star. Moving on. That's interesting that it fell under what it's under. Single, sexy, and successful. And there's nope. I just need 1. Thank you. Soulmate. Okay. Family. So I'm not using this anymore. But it has something to do with a there's a and then child. Okay. So there's a this has something to do with your family ancestry, and there's an entity attachment. And it could have been attached to you or attached to another child. And so I'm going to leave that like that. I'm going to leave it. God is prepping you, is preparing you that there's somebody wearing a mask and don't make any sudden moves. You could have been aware of this as a child, and it has the 11 on here, but the card number is 18, which is a 9. So there's an ending somewhere. There, in somebody's childhood, there was something going on. Oh, brother. So now I'm going to use this mixture of Kipper and I forgot the name of the other deck, but it's combined. I'm belching again. Excuse me. I don't know what that means. Somebody's looking, you're looking into something. You're looking into something. There's this entity attachment could be a Jezebel spirit, and it's in the family bloodline. Now I have the hiccups. Don't know what it means. You all tell me. But can I have a card for the Jezebel spirit? Jezebel card. All right. The marriage card came out, and the Four of Wands, you know, the happy families came out. On the bottom is pathway. Now, they could say that this Jezebel spirit is in a family situation. So that it could be family. It could have been your mother, your father, or it could be you. Candle is real low. It's burning though. I want to clarify that. What's going on with this? Or this could be what you're in right now. Can I clarify this? Marriage and... Okay. This isn't you. But it's somebody else that's doing some work. This could have been what you grew up in. I take that back. They're blocking you from this. There was a effort to block you from this. Family dynamic and this entity attachment is that Jezebel spirit. Somebody put it on you when you were a child. I understand now. Somebody did some work. So I guess now you're being prepped to find out who did it, or you're being prepped on how to break this curse. Relationship. Relationship. It's been a difficult relationship. You've been in difficult relationships because of this. Deep emotions. You have the emotions there, but it's been very rocky because of the entity. Ice King. And this could be you. Ice King. Change. There's going to be a change in the energy. So I see that Ice King. I see someone that's very cold, unfeeling. That's what you see when you look at them. Not necessarily that's true, but that's the way you view, or that could be the way you were viewed, but that's going to change. Somebody's emotions are waking up. That's what this is about. This entity, from my understanding, is the Jezebel spirit. They don't have emotions. They just do what they want to do, and then they just keep it moving. And so you could have been in relationships where you didn't really feel emotional. That that ice king, that non-caring or non-emotional energy, is being changed. Something's being broken. You were bit by something, but you're changing that. This snake has green, yellow, orange. It's the lower chakras. It's your lower chakras. So your lower chakras are your base, your sacral, your solar plexus. So this, whatever this entity was controlling those, but they controlled them. So the green is your heart. That's your fourth chakra. So a lot of you were in your lower chakra, and your relationships, which is a number 4. It was very rocky because you were in this energy where only your lower chakras, your base, your sacral, your solar plexus, you were in that energy, and it controlled your heart. But you're changing that. And here's the change card again. Change. And 9 is a change. A lot of you could be mature women now. This is a change. And the change could be that you are becoming more feminine. You could have been in your masculine energy, but now you're changing. Whatever that Jezebel spirit was, you're changing it. And a lot of you could be much more mature women. And because you're doing that, you're going to receive gifts. It could be unexpected income, something. It says income, so I'm going to leave it at that. But I see this pentacle here. You're going to receive something. There is a transition. I don't know if it's going to be a physical transition or if it's going to be a spiritual transition. And it has something to do with that entity or who put the entity on you. Transition. It's an ending and a new beginning because it's card 19. And look at that. It's community. So there is something in your family bloodline that's ending. And here's that family. It was 39, 9, 12 there, and 21 here. It's a 3. 3 is Empress energy. So there could be they could know that you were the Empress. And they were blocking you from that. I see the candle burning now. I can actually see the flame. Whereas before it wasn't. I couldn't see it. A lot of you are moving into high honor. A lot of you are healers. Healer. It's an 80, which is an 8, which is working. And I see the visible pot. Well, let me slow down a second. You're rolling the dice. Here's a 39 again, which is a 12. You're rolling the dice. The Vesica Pisces, it's not, well, it is connected. You're balancing something out. You're balancing out your masculine energies, because I know that you're masculine and feminine. Your left side of the body is feminine, your right side of the body is masculine, and you're healing both sides, your masculine and feminine, because a lot of you were strictly in the Ice King energy, and you're changing that. You're changing that Ice King as a mature woman. Because it was something in your family bloodline that put a spirit on you. They wanted to block you from being in this energy. They wanted you in this energy. And you being in that energy affects your relationships. Some of you probably have never been married, or if you were married, you were divorced and blah, blah, blah. Your household was not stable. Even if you were in that Jezebel energy, you got married and you were in a house, but it wasn't a divine house. I ain't never been married. Didn't want to. I knew stuff as a kid. This, I'll tell you this. I knew as a kid that there was something on our family. Didn't want me to. This card fell out. I knew as a child that there was some kind of entity. There was some kind of something in our bloodline. But anyway, let's keep it moving. Healer. They wanted to block you from this. They wanted to keep you mentally imprisoned. They didn't want you to know that you had this energy, this ability, and but you're moving forward. Commitment. Okay. Spiritual court. This could be real court. Remember, marriage was up at the top, but whatever this commitment was, somebody going to court. They separating themselves from this energy. They're separating themselves from this energy because there were masks being worn. 3 faces. This one, that one, and then the one facing you. Somebody's looking at this one, and they know that what they were in was not good. They're getting out of it. Rising star. That's who you really are. And when I say that, I hear earth, wind, and fire. You're a superstar. But this is funny. As a rising star, they wanted you to be in this energy. Jezebel energy, showing all your stuff. But somebody's going on a journey at home. Somebody's doing an inner journey in their house, and there's this death. They're killing that energy where you got to be naked. Jezebel. Somebody's getting rid of the Jezebel spirit in their bloodline. I might need to write that down. But I don't think I have a pen in here. I don't have anything in here. Yeah, somebody's ending that Jezebel spirit in their bloodline. They're breaking that Jezebel spirit. Let's see. Even if it doesn't write. I'll be able to read that. Okay. A lot of you are moving away from a lot of things. It's a 60, which is a six. Six of swords. You're healing something mentally. Six of wands. Victoriously, you're moving away. Six of cups. It has a lot to do with your past. Six of pentacles. You're moving where you're going to be able to receive and give after you go through this transformation. Moving on. Look at that. Part of your family. 5 is a change. You're moving on. This is part of the Kabbalah. This is part of your tree of knowledge. This is part of your contract. You've learned something that you're supposed, or you've mastered something. Let me say it that way. You've mastered something in your family bloodline. You see the rainbow there? You're aligning who you are. Your ancestors are happy. You're moving away from this fake energy, this left, right. You're looking straight. You're looking at the man in the mirror. You're making the changes you need to make. Now, it could have took you a while to do it, but you're doing it. But you need to make sure you know that there are people watching you. Somebody's wearing a mask. You keep doing you. Don't make any sudden moves toward the person wearing the mask. Let them, they'll show you who they are. Whoever that Queen of Swords is in reverse. Whoever that Jezebel spirit is. Soulmate. Courthouse. Your soulmate could be going through the same thing you're going through. 7 plus 5 is a 12. It's another 3. Empress energy. Whoever your counterpart is, they're going through the same thing. They're ending contracts. Contracts are ending. Spiritual contracts are being broken. What's the final word on this? Wow. That's that person. But this is a labyrinth. This is a maze. Whatever maze that you were going on gave you a lot of bad, you made a lot of bad decisions that affected you. And it could have affected you physically, but definitely affected you mentally. And now you're receiving the messages about this person here. Anything else? And then we'll move on. Can't make it up. You're going to receive messages about a person that's not good. Somebody may be making a physical transition because of the work they did to affect you emotionally. 3 plus 4 is 7. There's some type of investment they made, some illusion they did. You're going to receive the message, and it's going to leave you with the opportunity to make a decision. You got a choice. So you don't have to do anything right now. You don't have to make any sudden moves. There are a lot of things ending for people right now. Just lay back. You got something coming to you. Now we'll move on to this. I already want to start. What's on the bottom? Have compassion for the folks, for the individual. You can't have hatred in your spirit, in your heart. Because I feel it in, I feel my heart chakra. What is this? Have compassion for your family. Oh my God. Oh, have compassion for them. Somebody way back, they made a deal with something to put an attachment on the family bloodline. They made some kind of deal. Mm-mm. So this is what you're being prepped to know. And whoever in the family it is, they'll reveal themselves to you. So you don't have to make any sudden moves. This is a portal. I didn't even notice that. Look at that. You're, wow. Oh my God. Okay, you got them there, and then you got that one there. 3 people. Oh no, it's 4. It's a lot. That's a portal. Okay, let me put that down. Okay. Have compassion for them, but somebody in there did some stuff. You're healing something, but you're the blueprint. You're the curse breaker. Because you're healing. You're healing whatever this is. You're the one that has the vision. And you are probably the one that's been attacked the most. Not saying that the only one, I'm saying the most. You're the one with the wisdom. I got another card here. I'm going to take it, but I'm not going to look at it right now. But you're the one, the witch doctor. That's what they're going to call you. But you're the one with the most wisdom. When you heal yourself, you're making peace. You're making peace with whatever was done in this portal here. Look at that portal. She's looking in a portal too. You're making peace with whatever demon or entity that they put on you. You're making peace with it. And it has something to do with your passion. Remember what I said earlier. There was a Queen of Swords that was attacking you, your passion. So you're healing that. You're learning how to transmute that energy that was put on you by your family. A lot of you could be foodies, but you can do this because you're the blueprint. But the other thing that I see of this is that your eating habits need to change. And I'm saying that myself because I bought, it's funny I'm saying this, I haven't even used it. I bought some smoothies, stuff to make a smoothie, and I haven't used it. But you can do this. You need to change your diet. It's going to affect your heart. That's your heart. So you need to change your diet. Now what is this? Look at that. Autonomy. That means you having control over your life. The authority over your life. You're healing that energy. Legacy. You're making peace because this is the true legacy over your family bloodline. And she's blowing out. Wow. I never looked at this like this. What's coming out of her mouth is spirit, heart centered, spirit centered, solar plexus. 1, 2, 3. It says conjuring. You're going to be able to speak life, speak good. Whereas before you were under your lower sacral, you were operating under your lower sacral chakras. Now you're speaking and you're operating from the top because your crown is purple. Your third eye is here too. I didn't even see that. Your third eye blue is here as well. Your throat is here and your solar plexus is here. You're operating from your higher chakras now. By you making peace with what was done in the family bloodline. Because you're being loyal. By you having compassion. The miracles. You're going to see a lot of miracles but there are some things you need to do. You're being prepped for it. One more. There it is. Guidance. You're going to receive guidance. It's already happened. This is not your first go around. I was going to say that, but I had to wait. Because you got a sword and you got a whip. So you're going to have to cut some stuff and you're going to be whipping. It's going to be some stuff going on. And you're going to have to do, and I'm not getting into that. If it comes out, I'll talk about it. But this is your ancient, your ancestors. I'm going to clarify it with this deck. Healing. You've done this before. This is not your first go around. You know, do I want to say that? I mean, is the thought came up? I'll just go ahead and say it. The church doesn't like us talking about reincarnation. They don't like us talking about being here before. The recycling. They say when you die, you're gone. But you're not. I remember as a child reading about coming back. And I remember being told that I shouldn't read that book, read them books. I remember that. I don't even, what it was, because we were able to, I was given the opportunity to have my own library card. So I would just go and get my own books. At a certain point, I was young, under 10, maybe 10. I was reading about ancient Egyptians. I remember that. I remember reading the parables. I'm going to order that book. That thought came to me to do it today. I won't mention it until I get the book, because that book will explain some things for me. But I can tell you that it has something to do with the church. I can tell you that much. Let's clarify. Family. Grace. They want you to give them grace. And we need to. You're going to receive visions. You're going to have visions about this light and dark. Because you have light, you have um, good ancestors and bad ancestors. I'll say it that way. Ancestors of the white light and ancestors that are of the dark. Blueprint. You're the star seed. You're the blueprint of the family. A lot of you have this energy. This was my energy. You're being told to sing. I don't sing that much anymore. But they're telling me that that's going to be healed. I need to pay attention. You need to pay attention. You see that, whatever that is, enlightenment. You're going to be enlightened. What I was going to say is that this, you got solar plexus, you got sacral, and these little speckles, I don't know if they're angels, stars. You got purple and white. They're healing whatever was blocked from you. So you need to pay attention to that. Future love letters. There's a portal, another portal. This is you looking at you. Like I said, you've done this before. This is you looking at you making peace with you. All right, it tried to come in reverse, higher vibrational. You're able to do some things. Metaverse. I want to look that up. I know what it. I when I first look at it. Let me. Let me just look it up. Oh, I don't have my glasses on, so it's kind of like I gotta make sure I look right. Okay, I'll read it. The metaphysical witch is unlike any other witch, as the basis of the craft exists in the metaverse, beyond the far reaches of the physical world. In the witch card, we see a small cauldron, colored smoke emerging from the lid, while a hand slowly drips down a magical concoction of herbs. Each herb together creates an elixir of the planet. A tincture is an extract of plant or animal material and contains a concentrated amount of herbal extracts. This card appears when it's time to be very mindful of how you are delivering messages, thoughts, and your general vibrational input output. Is your cauldron boiling over or sparkling? Are you producing thoughts that propel you into a ritual of a happy witch or a sad witch or a badass boss witch? If this card appears beside the food meditation card, it is a sign to take note of how you are speaking to yourself and what you are feeding your body. It may be time to incorporate more supplements into your daily diet. The plant spirit is alfalfa. It is close to it. It is. This is the card that came. No, it's not. Take that back. It's under the passion card. Your perception, whatever this is that you're taking, is going to heighten your perception, heighten your passion. Let me read that. Higher perception. This is where you learn that you do have angels and they are watching over you with their compassionate eyes. Higher perception comes to you when it is time to hold a pure intention for someone else. You are great at doing this for yourself and have incorporated the lesson of the previous card, unconditional love. You are being called to help someone else with their vision. When held and shared, intention can be multiplied by 3, which gives more momentum to the magnetism. Remember, though, not everyone will hold the intention for you, so be discerning when you are being called to share. Now, this could be somebody's energy, so you're going to work with labradite when you do this. And the new thought pattern is I see time as a reflection and I see all life from the highest perspective. And there's a tincture here. So you could be doing this for someone else, but you could be doing it for yourself because you're somebody else. And solo magic was on the bottom, and I'm not. You could be working on your own stuff. Yeah, this is going to be a long video. We're already at 50 minutes. Passion. 2 cards. Transformation. You're transforming your passion. And by you transforming your passion, you're going to get back in alignment. What you're doing is you're working on yourself because somebody stole your passion. Energy cycling. Somebody wanted it. You need to look up in the clouds, look up in the sky. Your hands, and it's your left hand. No, on the picture it's the right hand. It's your right hand. But when you look at it, it could be your left. I don't know, but you're getting back in alignment. This alignment has to do with your higher chakras, your crown, your third eye, your throat, your heart, your solar plexus. You're healing that. Because this entity attachment affected all of that since you were a child. Transcend. You're being guided. Yahweh is here. And you're being guided to move towards your joy and your light. You're regaining your passion. Because somebody in this bloodline took it away or gave it away. Is there a little bird out there? I don't have my glasses on, but I saw something moving out there. Now, it's raining out there. But it's a bird out there. It stopped moving, so I can't see it. But something was moving out there. And then something went past. All right. You can change your diet. It's in reverse. I can tell you because it flipped and turned over. Solitude. You're going to come out of solitude. It's going to bring you your bliss. So you need to trust this. And it has something to do with your stones. Crystal technology. A lot of you all know how to work with those. I have the crystals. I've never done the crystal grid of the body, even though the deck that I have shows me how to do it. I've never done it. Interesting. Has something to do with your sexuality. I'm telling you, this is the entity they put on you. I can tell you for me, they did affect me in my younger years, and I was like, oh no, this is not me. I fought that. But that's the energy. They wanted me in that Jezebel spirit, but I wouldn't do it. Once I understood what was going on, I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. You have choices. It's not like it's, sometimes I see, I'm like, oh, but no, You don't have to do that. You do have once you understand what's going on, you can stop that. And the minute that I stopped that Jezebel spirit, they put something else. They do all kind of stuff. I can look back over my life and I understand it now. But now that I'm taking control of my life, let's see. Now that you all are taking control of your life as well. Autonomy. You're going to be protected while you do it so that you can create your life, create the life that you want for you. Make sure you express your gratitude for this because, okay, make sure you express your gratitude because this is your legacy. It's part of your divine trip. I say trip, but your mission. You got to do it solo dolo. People in your family, you can't include them. They're going to try to come now. Just telling you now. Once they see what you're doing, they're going to try to do it. I had a vision of me with my cards, and a sibling, an older sibling, tried, because I was pulling cards, doing something, and they tried to say, no, you do it this way. They tried to take the cards out of my hand, and I had to snatch them away from her. I had to snatch them away from her because they were trying to control something. That's the person for me. And I had to say some things. That was my vision. I don't know what it's going to be for you all. Legacy. Miracles. You know, with your legacy, you are able to create miracles. Ways out of no ways. I can tell you that I've done it all my life. Every time that they came after me, tried to put me in the fear, the energy of fear, something would come and I would get out of that energy. And I've been able to do that since I was a child. But I know that my family has an entity on it. I don't know which ancestor put this on us, but I know I'm supposed to break it. Stones, crystals, guidance. Last message, guidance. Has something to do with your memories. Mama Wata. There's something to do with your memories. So you're going to have to get in this energy of glam. Not Jezebel. There's a difference. She don't look Jezebel. She looks like she is enjoying herself. But just so you know, you're going to have family or people that says you're a Jezebel because you're moving back into that energy. A lot of us shut down that energy. The passion. We did it ourselves. They didn't even have to do it. Something to think about. After a while, the attacks that they do, you just start doing stuff to yourself. All right. Where am I at? Oh, we're about to be an hour in. I am going to use this deck. I haven't shuffled it yet, but we'll get to that when I get to it. High Priestess. You have an inner knowing. This your left hand feminine energy. I told you your left side of your body is your intuitive feminine side. And you see how she's blocking the masculine side. She's shielding that. She's moving using her feminine energy. And by doing so, it the third eye opens and her crown is able to receive the messages. And these are, if I'm not mistaken, these are what is it called? Does it say? Is this. I don't have that. I forgot what it's called right now, but this. I probably need to bring that out, but I haven't messed with that deck in a while. What is that called? It's not bones. I don't know. I'll come back to it. Um, I was not. Well, I want to go the other way. Use. Okay, a card fell out. It's your birthright. You're looking at how to get to it. Two of Wands, inspiration is inspiration are on Wands. You're making a decision. Ace of Pentacles is your gifts. Two of Voices. There's an energy here that's trying to confuse you from seeing that. They want you stuck. They don't want you looking at that. Okay, I guess I was supposed to do what I did. Whatever you're doing, though, is something you're going to love. It's part of your soul mission. But there's Diablo trying to manipulate it. They're trying to manipulate you receiving your individual wealth. And it's interesting that that the devil came right up over here by your passion, where I have that card. They're trying to affect your passion so that you can't get this independent. They don't want you independent. There's an entity that someone in your family bloodline teamed up with to block you specifically with your passions, because your passions would give you autonomy, control of your life, able to be in your be able to complete your mission, be able to have the things that you need. You can be happy. Interesting that your gift is being affected by the devil. They want to take it away. Sneaky and deceptive, Seven of Swords. But at the same time, this could be you doing things in secret. Muse of Voices. This could be you using your thoughts, using your and using your mental capabilities to understand how to get your wheel of fortune. But it could be the devil as well, trying to steal your wheel of fortune. Because your wheel of fortune, part of it has to do with your Ace of Pentacles, money, something tangible on the earthly plane. And look at this. This is from the past. Six of emotions, Six of Cups. A lot of you are tapping into that, and it's interesting. I see three things going on here, but this is you, and this is you in a portal. But then we got this other person here that could be watching. Somebody was trying to tap into your emotion, tap into your emotions, tap into you as a child. I never looked at this like that. And it's interesting because this kid knew how to go into different portals. They knew how to do things. But as an adult, they're disconnected. This person, this person knew that you knew how to tap into your emotions as a child. They knew you knew how to balance yourself out as a child. But looking at that picture, she don't look like she's connected. There is this wheel, this cycle. She's somewhere in the cycle. There's some type of cycle that's been tampered with in her childhood. That's been stolen. Emotionally. They're tapping into your emotion. They tapped into your emotions to keep you in this sad, even though fours are your stability. But looking at this, she don't look happy. It's 3 cups here, but she don't look happy. They split her some kind of way. It's this person. That person down there. They knew how to get into that portal some kind of way. And she's actually sitting in a portal. She's sitting in a portal. There is actually, okay, it's even better. Okay, if you look, because this is another card I need to grab. The rim of the glass is like that. This is the rim of that glass. You see them little dots there? And it is pointing to a certain part. This is where they have her in that cycle. This card needs to come out. But there's this. And here's another portal. Victory. There's some type of victory despite what was done. And there's that Queen of Swords. I was waiting on her to pop out. There is a rushing in because they want to take what you're learning how to create. The pages, that's, how do I explain this? The pages have mastered the ace through the 10 of any suit. So because this devil knows you know how to do that, they want to come in and rush in and take it because it brings you your stability. But they want you to feel like you need to grab onto it. They want to take it. They want to take it. Like I said, they were stealing. There's some type of this person right there. That's the person right there. And that could be the sword, the Queen of Swords. Interesting. 111 on the clock. Okay. Timer rather. Okay. Let's do this. I'm being told not to do, well, I'm going to pull one. There's a cycle ending of concerning your wheel of fortune, your birthright. You have ancestors here fighting for you. That was kind of confusing what you said. You're balancing out your emotions so that the Ace of Pentacles can come to you, and you're balancing things out because you're walking away. There's this dark portal, this dark eclipse. This is an eclipse. We just had an eclipse. So this eclipse cuts off stuff. You're cutting off stuff that you couldn't see, that wasn't working out. You're cutting out the need to feel like you need to juggle in a bad way. And you doing this is putting other people in this mental imprisonment. That was what they wanted you. This is what the devil wanted from you. So you're balancing out your emotions. Whatever this is, you're going to love it because you're healing your emotions. After having the three people, it was something about this. Dealing with these three-party situations. You're going to collaborate with your masculine, your feminine, and the divine. And that's going to be your justice. Devil energy. The star tried to come out, but I didn't take it. Moon energy. The devil was manipulating things under the moon cycles. And like I said, all these little circles. And look at that. My heart is starting to hurt. Guard my heart. You have no authority over here. I am safe and sound. You need to leave. It would be in your best interest to leave. Skedaddle. Yeah, they want to mess with you emotionally. They want to mess with your ability to connect with your heart. A lot of us are learning how to connect with our heart. A lot of them used a lot of deceptive things to take from us. Yeah, they try to steal from us emotionally. Look at that. They tried to have me have the deck upside down. We are awakening, and they don't like it. They're facing judgment because we are awakening. when we are awakening from the things that were done to us in the past, because this was us. But then some way we became that way because of them. Six of emotions. We were the empress. We are the empress, but they knew it. They knew it, but we didn't know it. We are walking away. We're eclipsing a lot of stuff. And it's another card here, so I'm going to take it. We're retapping into our emotions. Queen of Emotions. Despite the devil doing moon magic on us. And it's three people here. Those three cups. Those three cups are the three beings on the card. But we're walking away from that. We're eclipsing that out. Four of Emotions. We're destabilizing ourselves. It took a lot of strength for us to do this. Our Four of Wands. Six of Wands. Inspiration. We're inspired. We're inspired to move toward our full emotional balance. And that has something to do with the family bloodline as well. You're healing the family bloodline by you tapping into your emotions and doing the healing work. It heals the family bloodline of that entity that was put on the family bloodline. And that happens because of the King of Wands confidently moving forward. Page of Pentacles. Because we've learned how to deal with the Pentacle energy, we'll get the Ace of Wands. This Ace of Wands will allow us to be able to tap into our magic and create what we want on the earthly plane. And that's what she's doing. She's tapping into something, and it has something to do with our passion. Wands is passions. And you're going to have a new beginning by doing this. Whereas in the past you were stuck, now you have a new way of thinking, and it's going to allow you to work on your abundance. It's been a while. Now I want to clarify, and then I want to work on something, do something, one more thing, and then we'll be done. So this new cycle, we're taking action to fight. We're fighting. We're fighting because they had us in lack. Not only that, they took our abundance. This is the King of Pentacles. Now I've already looked at the Queen of Wands, and I think it was the King of Swords as well. Okay, here's the Muse of Material. Here's the Muse of Emotions. I might have pulled them all, or at least they all showed up. So a lot of us, we're taking back our power. Yeah, they had us in lack. And that Five of Emotions trying to come up, but I'm not taking it. They were using our emotions against us. Temperance. I'll take it. Balancing out our magic plus the magic that was done to us. And we're going to use it when we have our new beginning. And we will be stable. That's our new perspective. These people are going to be stuck. Whatever they were doing under the moon cycles is going back to them. Moon, the moon. This is what's going back to them. They're going to have the mental, because this is what they sent to us. They're going to deal with the Five of Swords energy. They're going to deal with it. And they're going to deal with the heartbreak as well that they sent us. Because that was the main thing. They wanted us not to have stable relationships. They didn't want us having access to our money or earthly birthright. They didn't want us to have access to any of that. But they wanted us to be able to create it, but they didn't want us to have it. If I say it that way. But this is their energy now. Now, this is stuff that has already happened or is happening, but I wanted to pull from here. So that we know currently, the current energy. Judgment. Can't make it up. They're facing judgment. It's a lot of people, places, entities, corporations. They're all facing judgment in one way or the other. We're investing in ourselves. We're working on ourselves. Nope, because I didn't. When they fall like that, somebody might be trying to tamper with it. Two of Wands, we're taking actions against this juggling thing. Because what's funny is I see three, even though this says the Two of Wands, we're taking action to be able to juggle. We're Two of Wands to Three of Wands. We're taking actions for things to come to us concerning this juggling action. A lot of us are going into hermit mode. Going into hermit mode to release this burden. There is a burden put on us, and this burden, releasing that burden, will give us this Ace of Wands back, using our own magic for our own benefit. They don't be mad. Ace of Swords, we're going to have the clarity on how they were doing things to block us. The Two of Swords came up already under there. They're trying to block us from knowing that we were the Empress or the Emperor. It's a card. They trying to flip this. I'm not taking it. Maybe I will. I'll look at it in a minute. Yeah, we're ending the backstabbing. It's funny because somebody getting spoken to. I'm going to take it. But there is an ending, and I think that's the Empress and the Emperor card that fell on the floor. Yep. Whatever this was that was supposed to be broken is ending and coming back. Death card. Endings and new beginnings is going to be balanced out. Now, what is this? Nine of Coins. Nine of Cups, emotional happiness, financial stability, endings, cycles ending, and it has something to do with you emotionally. They were attacking you emotionally. They know that your ability to connect emotionally to yourself will give you the ability to create on the earthly realm. I'm just going to clarify this stuff and then we'll keep going. So, Two of Wands. Look at that. You're moving successfully towards something that's going to give you justice and a new perspective. Because you're tapping into your emotions. King and Queen of Cups energy. Hermit. They don't want me to do this. It's funny. They feel betrayed. They're in this energy. They're very anxious that we understand what they were doing. Well, I understand. Yes. Going within to work on our own magic and our own ability to tap into our high priestess energy. And by doing so, this will allow the family bloodline to move into the Ten of Pentacles energy instead of lack. Ace of Swords. I want to say something before I talk about that card. The Ace of Swords is here, but there are three swords here. There's a sword and there are two swords. You're going to have clarity about something that was supposed to break your heart. And it has something to do with you being able to connect with your emotions. That's a gift. Can't make it up. Three of Swords is on the bottom. They wanted you in that Three of Swords energy so you wouldn't connect with your... They wanted you to be mentally messed up so you wouldn't connect to your emotions. But this is them. What is this? They know that you connecting to your emotions will give you the ability to be Queen of Pentacles. They wanted to end that for you. But you know who you are. Queen of Wands. You're using your magic. Can't make it up. Ace of Wands. You tuning into your magic, and that's giving you your magic. The magician. The magic they used against you, now you're able to use it for yourself. They think you're going to use it against them, but no, it's just... Or they think you're using it against them, but it's just their karma coming back to them. Why would we waste our magic on them? Empress, Emperor energy. You're healing. Healing because things were stopped for you to move into the Queen of... You were in the Knight of Pentacles for so long for other people. You were creating the abundance for other people, but it kept you in this constant loop of getting so close, but then not making it there. So what I'm going to do, justice. Justice, there's going to be a lot of endings going on. Justice and the Chariot. You're ending a lot of stuff. It's a lot of things ending, and you're balancing out a lot of things. You are the high priestess. You already know that. What is this death? What's ending? For you, heartbreak is ending. Told you they're gonna get it. They're getting, you're understanding things now. Tower moments are not always bad. For you, you're understanding your power. For them, they're having a tower moment because of the magic they did. The magician. As the magician, you're going to move toward what you want to do, and it's going to bring you abundance. And another card fell on the floor. And it's going to bring, you doing that is going to bring towers to the powers that be. Because you're using your magic for you, not for them. You've mastered your magic as the Page of Wands. You're releasing a burden. Ten of Wands turns into the Ace of Wands. After you get to 9, you end something. Ace of Cups. This gift of emotions. How would this you use this? They're trying to block you from using the magic. I'm not taking it that way. You're using your magic. By you tapping into your emotions, you'll be able to have your magic because you are investing into yourself. You're investing and working on yourself. Now, the other way I could have used that is it could have went toward the tower where they can't use the magic. Look at that. Yeah, I need to move this because this is not your energy. The tower for them is that they won't be able to use your magic and they won't be able to tune into your emotions. You've blocked them. You've blocked them. You're using your magic. Ace of Cups. You using your emotions is going to give you the strength. You're using, it took a lot of strength for you to get to this point in your life. Because it's giving you the ability to be grounded on the earthly plane. Strength. You're moving out of this lack. 5 of Pentacles to 6 of Pentacles. Whereas they wanted you to be in this for dissatisfied and then emotionally 5 of Cups, 4 and 5 of Cups. They wanted you to sad and depressed. But that's their energy. Queen of Wands. They're trying to mess with the cards. Look at that. I told you. You don't have no authority. You mad. Be all right. They know you're moving into this Queen of Coins energy. They don't want to fight. It's in reverse. Queen of Wands. You know that they were using the magic to put you in they were trying to block you and hurt your heart. You knew, and that's why the sun is here. And they now know that you're not going to be in lack. They had you where you were scraping for things. You're no longer in this energy. That's their energy. Yep. That's their energy as well. You mess with the cards, this is what you get. You know, too bad. It could be in my family too, doing that. Um, what's going to happen for you now is that you're going to move into a more emotionally balanced relationships, not only with yourself but with others, because you are in the Queen of Pentacle energy. What is this? It's going to happen quickly, and people are going to be hurt. Anything else before I cut this out that they need to know? What else do we need to know? Keep working. Keep working on your ability to create abundant stability for yourself. Keep doing it. You're not in this energy anymore. This is their energy. You've healed. You've healed that. That's where they wanted you. That's their energy. Now they're running from your ancestors. I'm going to end this, but yeah. Somebody around you is wearing a mask, but you know now. So, whatever it is you need to do, you need to work on that. All right. Thank you for stopping by Healing Inner Child Wound Conversations with Z. Peace. I'll be back.